Okay, so hi everybody. Welcome back from your winter break. I hope you're all doing well out there. And for those of you who haven't met me before, let me just introduce myself. My name is Dan Carson, and I'm going to be your physics instructor for this semester. So the purpose of this video is to introduce you to the course, to go over some of the important course policies that you should know as we go into the semester, and also to give you a tour of our Canvas website. Now, that last part is going to be really important because pretty much all business that we conduct in this class throughout the semester is going to happen in Canvas. Everything from the lecture videos to submitting assignments to having discussions with your classmates, all of that is going to happen within Canvas. So it's really important that you know how to navigate the site and you know where to find things. So let's talk about the big picture and how things are going to run this semester, given that the class is completely online. So the first thing to note is that the class will be asynchronous. So what that means is there is no set time when we all meet for class each week. Instead, what I'll be doing is pre-recording all of my lectures and making those available for you to watch in Canvas at your own convenience. So each week, you can expect that there will be 2 lecture videos to watch. They'll each be about an hour and a half in length. And so you'll spend about as much time watching the lecture videos as you would in a face-to-face lecture. And what I would suggest is that you watch the lecture videos each week as early on as possible. So think Monday and Tuesday of each week, you're watching the lecture videos. And that way, you can spend the rest of the week working on your assignments, which will be based on that material in the lecture videos. Another thing that I would suggest is that as you watch the lecture videos, you take an active role rather than just sort of passively listening. So have a notebook by your side as you watch the videos. When we go through a derivation, make sure you get that down in your notebook. If we go through an example problem, make sure you get that down in your notebook as well. So again, take an active role rather than just sort of passively listening, just like we would in a face-to-face lecture. Okay, so early on in the week, you watch the lecture videos, you absorb the new content. Then you're ready to work on your assignments. So each week, we're going to have one homework assignment. It's going to be fairly long, so think maybe 5 or 6 hours each week working on those homework assignments. And we'll have one lab assignment. The way labs are going to work is obviously a little bit different now that we're online. So here is how most of the labs will work. I'm going to create a short video which explains how an experiment is performed. You're going to actually see me carry out that experiment in the video, and I'm going to collect some data. And your lab activity is going to be focused on analyzing that data and answering questions about the procedure that I carried out in the video. Now, some weeks there won't even be a video that accompanies the lab. It'll just be a standalone worksheet, but for the most part, that's how things are going to work. So the basic components of the course that will keep coming up each week are the lecture videos, the homework assignments, and the lab assignments. Now, because all of these things are asynchronous, it's really important that you find a way to build these things into your schedule. So each week, make sure you've carved out enough time to actually complete these tasks. And hopefully, as we get deeper into the semester, you'll have sort of developed a rhythm for how things go each week. Now, of course, as you go through the videos and you go through the assignments, you'll have questions that arise. And so I want you to also take advantage of office hours. So I will be holding office hours over Zoom for a total of 5 hours each week, and you can just come and go as you please to get your questions answered. So anything from conceptual questions from the lecture, if you have a homework problem that you're not sure how to do, if there's something from the lab you're not sure how to do, come to office hours and you will get your questions answered. So really take advantage of that. And if you can't make it to office hours for whatever reason and you still have a question you want answered, I'd be happy to do office hours by appointment. So you could just email me and you could set something up. The other option is to use the message boards on Canvas. So each week I open up a new message board on Canvas, and basically you can just post a question pertaining to anything that's happening that week, and I'll be sure to answer it within 24 hours. And you can also feel free to chime in if a student asks a question and you think you know the answer to that, and we can get some discussion going. So this is the Physics 45 Canvas site. If you log into your Canvas account and you click on Physics 45 on your dashboard, you'll be taken to this page. So this is the home page of our site. At the very top of the page, we have announcements. So I'll be posting announcements about things that are happening in the course here. Keep an eye on that so you're up to date on what's going on in the class. If we scroll down a bit, you'll find my contact information here, and you can email me at this address. I have information about my office hours below that. Here's the schedule for my office hours: Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7:30 to 8:30, and then Fridays from 1 to 3 p.m. And you can click this link here to enter the Zoom meeting where I'll actually be holding my office hours. Here's information about Supplemental Instruction, or SI. So our SI leader is Alec Lynch, and he's going to be holding SI sessions over Zoom every week. This is the link to the Zoom meeting that Alec will be using for his SI sessions, so I highly encourage you to attend those for extra help with the class. And then at the bottom of the page, we have a schedule, which just gives you what's going on in lecture and lab and any homework assignments that you need to do each week of class. So it's only filled out right now for the first week of class, but I'll be updating this each week that passes, so you'll be able to see what's going on in class each week. Okay, if we scroll up a bit, you'll see that there's a copy of the syllabus right here. And if you click where it says click here, you can open up a copy of the syllabus, and there are a few things here that I just want to point out. So as I mentioned in my email earlier, you should get a copy of the textbook. It's Physics for Scientists and Engineers, 4th edition by G.N. Coley. You need a copy of that. A lot of the homework is going to come from there, and you'll need to keep up to date on the reading from that textbook as well. If you scroll down to the second page, here's information about how your final grade will be calculated. So homework assignments are going to make up 15% of your final grade. Labs will be 20%. Tests will be 45%, but there will be 3 tests throughout the semester, so each one of those is 15% of your grade. The final exam is 20%. Now, as far as labs and homeworks are concerned, there's a policy that you should be aware of. I'm going to drop your lowest homework score, and I'm also going to drop your lowest lab score before calculating your final grade. Now, the purpose of this policy is to give you a little bit of leeway. I understand that things come up throughout the semester that might cause you to miss an assignment here and there. So you can safely miss 1 homework assignment and 1 lab assignment without any penalty during the semester. Do note that I'm not going to be dropping any test scores, and I'm not going to be dropping the final exam score, of course, so this only applies to homework and labs. Also, the scale that I'll be using to assign letter grades is the standard 90, 80, 70, 60 grading scale, and I will be assigning plus and minus grades as well. Okay, so this is just a little bit more information about the dropped scores. Again, drop the lowest lab score and the lowest homework score. And also, I do accept late work. Okay, so here's my policy for late work. This only applies to labs and homeworks, but you can submit a lab or a homework assignment up to a week late with a 15% deduction for each day that the assignment is late. After a week, I'll no longer accept late work, and you won't be getting any credit for late work that's submitted more than a week late. So the thing you should know about the homeworks is I'm going to be posting solutions to homework assignments a week after they're due. Okay, so I'll be accepting homework assignments late up to a week after they're due, and then a week after I'll be posting the solutions. So you can actually take a look at those solutions if there was anything about the homework assignment you didn't quite get, or there's a problem you weren't quite sure of. You'll take a look at the solutions a week after when they're posted. Okay, so the next thing we see on the third page of the syllabus is information about submitting assignments online. So you should know that all assignments in this class are going to be submitted online through Canvas. So every homework assignment, every lab assignment, and every test and the final exam as well, all of these things are going to be submitted online through Canvas. So for most of you, you're going to be doing your work on pen and paper or pencil and paper. And what you'll do is take a picture or scan each page of your assignment and combine those images into a single file and upload those to Canvas. The alternative here is if you have a tablet or some kind of like smart device, you can do your work directly on the tablet and then upload your assignment directly from there. So I'm pretty flexible with the format as long as your work is clear and legible when you turn it in. And just so everyone's aware, there's a really useful smartphone app called Genius Scan, where if you take a picture of each page of your assignment, it will automatically combine all of those images for you into a PDF file. So this is something that a lot of people were using last semester. I recommend using that. There's also something called Cam Scanner, which works in a similar way. So just be aware of that. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, going to the 4th page. I do have a tentative schedule for the tests. So we're gonna have 3 tests and a final exam. The dates are given here. I might change these depending on how things go this semester, but if everything goes as planned, these are the dates you can expect for all the tests and the final exam. So one thing you should be aware of is the way we're conducting the tests and the final exam. So the way it will work is on the day of a test, I will post a PDF of that test to Canvas, and you'll be given 24 hours to complete it and upload your solutions. So tests will be open book and open note, but you absolutely have to work individually. So if there's any collaboration with each other, or if you post to a message board like Chegg, I will be checking Chegg. I'm aware that it exists, so just be aware of that. That's going to be academic dishonesty, and it's going to result in a 0. So just be aware of that in advance. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to say about the syllabus. So I'll just close this out. So I just highlighted a few things from the syllabus there, but you should read it in its entirety. I've already emailed the syllabus out, so read the whole thing. But those were just some of the highlights. Now I want to show you some other features of the website. So right now we're on the home page. If we go to the left side of the page where you see this tab and you click announcements, you'll see all of those same announcements that appear on the home page. If you click discussions, this is where we have our message boards for the class. So each week I'll be opening up a new message board. Right now we just have a few. If you click on files, these are all the documents that are relevant for the course. So just to point out a few things here, the syllabus folder obviously has the syllabus. Lecture notes has my lecture notes. So you have a PDF copy of all the notes that I use in the lecture videos. You can find them here. And there are labs in this folder. So all the course documents can be found under files. So it should be pretty clear how things are arranged here. And if you click grades, you can see your grades. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is take you to the modules. This is probably the most important part of the Canvas website. So if you click modules, you'll be taken to this page. And right now there's just one module open. It's for week 1 of class. But every week of class that passes, I'm going to be opening up a new module. So there will be one for each week of class. So if you click on the first page in the module, which says week 1 to-do list, this is just a list of things you need to complete before the end of the week. Okay, so take a look at the to-do list each week of class so you know what's going on and what you have to do each week of class. And this page has the lecture videos that you need to watch for week 1 of class. So if we scroll to the bottom of the page, you'll see there are links for each one of the videos. If you click the link, you can open that video up in a new tab in your browser, or you can actually just play it directly within Canvas. If you click the play button, then it will just start playing within Canvas. So you can watch these videos either way. If you go to the top of the page, you'll see there are a couple places where it says click here. This will open up a PDF of the actual lecture slides that I'm using in these lectures. So we'll take a minute to open up here. And these are the same lecture slides that you'll find in the Files tab that I showed you earlier. And actually, I also include my handwritten notes. So in addition to the lecture slides, sometimes I work out problems or show derivations And so you can just click at the on the handwritten notes to open those up to just sort of expand on what I'm doing in the lecture. So if we click next, the next page in the module is practice submitting an assignment online. Okay, so this is extra credit, 5 homework points of extra credit if you do this. The purpose of this is just to make sure we're all comfortable submitting an assignment online through Canvas. So here's what you have to do. Take a picture of 2 pieces of paper. You can write anything at all on those 2 pieces of paper, and you're going to combine those 2 images to a single file that you upload to Canvas. This is pretty much how you'll be submitting all assignments. So I just want to make sure we get all the technical issues worked out and make sure everyone knows how to do that before we have to submit anything important like a homework assignment or a lab assignment. So really easy extra credit. Make sure to do this. Okay, next in the module is the first homework assignment. So the homework assignment is to complete this worksheet. You can open it up within Canvas if you click here on the page. And it's just a review of some of the material that you should have encountered back in Physics 44. There's a rubric which shows you how the points will break down and how I'll assign credit for each problem. And you can also submit that assignment directly on this page. Okay, so if we go to the next page, this is your first lab assignment. So it's pretty similar. There's a rubric here which shows you the breakdown of points for the assignment, and you can open up the actual lab worksheet here within Canvas. So this is what you have to do for lab this week. Okay, go to the next page. This is a message board. Now, this one is just about introducing ourselves. So I posted a message here, and I see that some of you also did post. So thanks for doing that. If you haven't posted already, please do so. Just tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your major? What are your goals for taking the course? And things like that. And we can all get a discussion going. And the last thing in this module is week 1 questions. So if there's anything that happened in lecture or anything about the homework or lab assignments that you're not sure of and you want to get clarified, post a question here and we can get some discussion going as well. So let's go back to modules. Okay, so this is the week 1 module. You've seen all the different pages that are there. And each week of class, I'm going to open up a new module that looks pretty similar to this. I'm going to give you a to-do list, just summarizing everything that needs to be done that week. You'll have links to the lecture videos, and you'll see the different assignments that are due. And then there will also be a message board where you can post questions and get things clarified pertaining to anything that's happening that week of class. So this is really the structure of the course. It's not really going to change from week to week, so hopefully you'll get used to things after a few weeks. So that's all I wanted to say today. I know there's a lot of information here, so if you need any clarification on anything, you can always email me or post a question in the message board. Feel free to do that. So I'll end it here, but I hope you're all doing well out there. Be safe, be healthy, take care.
Hello, my name is Alec Lynch and I will be your SI leader for this semester. Right now I'm going to be taking you to my SI flyer and I'll be sharing with you all the information that I'll be talking about during this video.
So now, what is supplemental instruction? It is a supportive space where all students are welcomed, respected, and valued. It is a peer-led study group organized by a student, which is me, who has been successful in this course, which is, as you know, Physics 45. It is an opportunity to collaborate with peers, review your class material, and learn about and practice effective study methods. Now, this page was written by my boss, Megan Keebler. If you have any questions, feedback, or ideas, you can contact her at this email right here. As mentioned above, there are peer-led study groups, and for those are I will be calling them sessions throughout the semester, and they'll be held on both Wednesdays and Fridays every week. For Wednesdays, they'll be held from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., and Fridays, they'll be held from 12 o'clock to 12:50 p.m. Now, along with that, if you want to get in contact with me, you can contact me via Remind through 81010 with the message at SIPhys45, or you can actually copy this link and go to the Remind website, which is right here. Now, there are a few things that are expected during our sessions, which are, as I call, our Zoom norms or ZORMs. One of them, the first one is we're required to have students in session leave their microphone and video on, unless it is needed. If there's stuff going on in the background, I completely understand. The main purpose of this is so I'll be able to see if you're having trouble with the problem and help you. Times can be changed if there's little or no attendance. Now, along with that, you should be able to contact me at any time. I'll do my best to respond right away. Ways to communicate with me include Remind and Canvas, as I mentioned earlier for Remind. For Canvas, you can send an email to me. I believe that is it overall. If you have any further questions, please let me know, and I hope to see you all in the first session. Thank you.